Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Aquarius new moon creative ritual day. I am really, really excited for this particular ritual because this energy has been just out of this world, which is perfect phrasing for Aquarius, um, and really challenging me and pushing me personally into new and higher levels of vibration. And I wanted to get this time for us to be together to really start putting into practice that sitting in a vibration of really truly being okay with being yourself. It is very, very important that we take as much of the lessons and wisdom of these energies as possible. And as a Leo sun, Aquarius being my polar energy is sometimes difficult for me personally to handle. And this year's really kind of whacked me on the side of the face and asked me to pay attention and to really start to learn from Aquarius energy. And what I'm learning so far, I want to share with you all, and I want to uh, give us this opportunity to really make use of this new moon and seed some incredible intentions, not just for ourselves as individuals, but also for our collective as artists and humanity. So three different levels and layers to people coming together, um, that I feel like really is going to be amplified in this Aquarius energy. Okay, so let me go back to my notes here. All right, so new moon, I'm going to take these off because it's starting to squeeze in my brain. So anytime that we have a new moon, we have an opportunity, and I feel like really a responsibility as awakened creators to take advantage of this energy and really start to seed and manifest some things that are beneficial, not just for ourselves, but for the collective. And one of the ways that we can do that is by ritualizing these experiences and bringing our hearts and our minds together inside of ourselves and with each other to truly start to manifest the kind of world that we want to live in. And I had posted on Instagram and asked, what kind of world do you want to create? Because I think it's really important that we start asking ourselves these questions, that we take our creative journeys beyond what it's doing to help fulfill us and make us feel really good and great, which is wonderful. And definitely something we focus on here, but also how is this benefiting society? How is me living this heartfelt life really contributing to collective humanity? And it's kind of easy to start seeing how that might impact just by watching how your own life changes once you start really loving on yourself and bringing more presence and enjoyment to what it is that you are doing and creating on a daily basis. That's going to impact your relationships with other people. It's going to impact how you interact with strangers. It's going to impact the kind of decisions that you start making about your life and where it's going. And so you can already start to see that when you play with the duality of Leo and Aquarius, and you really do give some attention and focus to your own happiness and your own ability to love yourself, that by default, it's starting to contribute to a collective where you give not only yourself permission to do this, but you give other people permission to do this who are watching you, those closest to you. And then if you have a sphere of influence, which I know all of you do, even if it's on a small scale, like me, like you are impacting more people than you realize who are watching you, who are hearing you, they're listening to you, they're seeing what you're doing in your communities and online. And all of this is making a big impact. So don't feel like just because, I'm just me and I just have my little page and I just do my thing and I don't really interact with my community locally or whatever it is, that you're not making a difference, because you are. You are. And just by being you, you are saying loud and clear to everyone who sees you and can feel your energy that, wow, this person is really themselves. And am I myself? Like, we start to kind of question those things inside, which can trigger some people. And that's okay. That's going to happen. If you ever know an Aquarius, they can kind of be like, people either love them or hate them, because their energy is very sharp. It is what it is. And you either like it or you don't. And that's kind of how they roll. So hi, welcome everyone who's come and join us. So for this new moon, we're bringing our masculine and feminine energies together in order to conceive of something greater and to create something greater. And so within Aquarius, we are asking ourselves, and especially this new moon, because it's in the third decan. So we're talking about the higher degrees of Aquarius. So not on a really personal level, but on a global collective level. How are we embodying that Aquarius energy in a way that's going to benefit everybody else? So we're going to explore that today. Like I said, on 3 different levels: for yourself personally, for artists just in general, and then for the collective of humanity. So I want you to already start thinking, and you may want to write these things down in a journal, which I have mine nearby. Oops, I'm going to turn on some music here. You might want to already start thinking about the kind of feelings that you want to start embodying on your creative journey, as a creator, and what you might want other artists, like or different than you, to start feeling on their creative journey. And then lastly, some feelings that you have for humanity that you would love to know that humanity gets to feel and experience on a collective level. So as we settle and quiet the energy down into our creative ritual, I did post that I encouraged you, if you had, to bring some pyramidal or obelisk shape crystals or objects with you. And you don't have to. Don't feel like, oh no, I didn't bring my thing. It's fine. I have plenty for all of us. And also, you can just use your imagination as we go into this visualization that Spirit guided me through the other day. But we are going to invoke some pretty powerful energies using these shapes. So if you have them around you, like I said, I've got quite a few. I'm going to kind of place them around me. This one's cool. That's a sunstone. And this one was made by our beloved awakened creator family member Cassandra at Dream State Visions. If you haven't checked out her artwork, you should. She's an incredible creator. Okay. So again, those items are just recommended. You can always use your imagination as the most powerful tool you have. And we're going to get really comfortable in our spaces so that we can do some energy work together on this new moon. And I'm going to give myself just a little more comfort with my Frida scarf. The back of this shirt you can't see, but it's split open. It's kind of cold back there. Just hope it doesn't light on fire. I got candles. All right. Woo. Okay. So before I walk you through this guided meditation, again, I want you to think about some feelings. So on the first tier of this feeling that we're going to conjure up today and add to our new moon manifestation is a feeling inside of yourself when you're being your most authentic self, when you're showing up exactly as you are, no apologies, no need to defend yourself or your choices, really stripped down of all of society's expectations of you or other people's expectations of you, and you're just you expressing yourself fully and completely. What does that feel like? Would like you to take a moment to breathe, maybe close your eyes, and just consider what it would feel like to be fully and completely yourself, comfortable in your own skin, comfortable in your own expression. Just sit with that feeling for a moment. Maybe you see yourself wearing different clothing or looking at yourself differently in the mirror. Maybe you see yourself on stage or in some kind of a public space sharing your gifts without fear. I want you to capture the energy and vibration of your uniqueness, because this is what Aquarius is asking you to be and embody right now. That level of comfort with who you are. And if you want to write down what you feel, what you see, what observations came to you, then I welcome you to do that and offer you this space to share your visual, to share the feelings that came up for you. I'm going to write some things down myself. I noticed within myself that I felt peaceful, calm, secure. And you imagine yourself being comfortable with who you are completely. What does that feel like? How do you see yourself dressing? What do you see yourself doing? Okay. So again, if you feel comfortable sharing, you can. And there's going to be point and purpose to this. Trust me. We're going to use these feelings and sensations and visuals within ourselves to seed our manifestation during our meditation time. So get clear on that. And now I want you to take it the next step further. Oh, good. We got a share from Itty Bitty Kitty Pitty. Feels calm, lighthearted. I love that. Warm and curious, not triggered or bothered, just interested. Thank you for sharing. So for Jessie, she's saying when she feels like herself completely, it feels calm, lighthearted, warm, curious, not triggered, not bothered, just interested. I love that. Anybody else wants to share? Go right ahead. We have all the time. All right. Let's scoot to the next one. You're welcome to share, and I will share, read your comments. I can always go back. The second tier, okay, of energy that I want you to read is what would it be like not just for yourself, but for other creators in the community, in your country, in the world, online, on social media, anybody who identifies themselves as an artist. We're gonna seed some love to our fellow humans here. What does it feel like to exist in the world as an artist where you can be completely and totally yourself? If we lived in a world where art and choosing your heart work felt like just as respectable a choice and as supported a choice as becoming a doctor or a lawyer or whatever your culture feels is the epitome of achievement. If artist was on that list and could choose it without hesitation, what does that feel like? Okay, get to the Aquarian age that we're trying to bring forth, where everybody can just be themselves. What do you want to seed for your collective, creative family? What is it like to exist as an artist in that world? What does it feel like? What do you see people doing? How do they interact with one another? How are they treated by society? Take that visual, take that energy, write it down, remember it. What does it feel like? I'm gonna write down mine. Thank you, Rebecca, for adding calm, flowing in the moment, not resisting outcomes. These. Beautiful. Another ad, connecting in oneness, one divine source, feeling a oneness. Divine connection. What else? What do you see? What do you feel for your collective fellow artists and creators? What kind of world do they live in? Energy do they get to embody in society, in their communities, in their families? I feel an expansive energy. I said respected, vital, needed, considered, actually asked to contribute to the thought process and conceptualization of projects involved beyond just utility, right? Actually involved in, like, we're building a doctor's office. Let's ask an artist, how can we create a better doctor's office? Heard. So we're taking our intentions for ourselves and we're expanding them into our intentions for our fellow creators. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Growing within and channeling healing through creative flow, shifting, easing into higher vibrations. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We'll add those. This is it. We are going to do some manifestation magic here. So make sure your voice is heard. Get in there, growing. Healing. Flowing. Shifting. Beautiful. All right. So you all can continue to share as we move into the third tier. Now the third tier, like the 3 decans in an astrological period, is divided into 3 decans, right? The first decan is a personalized decan. When the sun moves through those first 10 degrees, it's really personal. And oftentimes you will have things come up in your life that are really pointing out for you personally where you should shift your focus. The second decan is about our kind of inner circle, closer relationships, right? So as we branch out, we think of our creative community, our creative family, other people who are like us. At the third decan and at the third tier of our manifestation today, I want you to consider, what would it feel like on a global scale for the collective of humanity to exist in this world where you feel comfortable to be yourself, where anyone else who identifies as an artist feels needed, considered, that oneness, connected to the divine, healing, flowing, growing. Okay. How is humanity vibrating in this space? Tune into the collective vibration of a world in which those first 2 tiers exist and are embodied and are realized. What does the world feel like? What does collective humanity feel like at that place? What do you see going on? How are people treating each other? What feelings come up? Breathe into that vision for humanity. Make note of what you see. Make note of what you feel. I'll share some things that are coming through for me in that world. In that collective humanity, I feel a sense of collaboration, these cross-cultural connections, like bridges between peoples, reaching out to each other, collective problem solving, recognition of everybody's gifts. Shared values. And I'm going to put down biodiversity. I don't know what else to call it, but that's what it feels like. So in this third tier, we're calling in a vision for collective humanity. Tapping into what it feels like, what we see, what we vision in a world where we can be ourselves, or artists in general get to live their lives. And so what is humanity like in that world? Empathy. Empathetic, yeah, right? Empathetic, accepting, kind, back to that oneness, love, rooted and caring for Mother Earth. And peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. Very good. Oneness, love. Beautiful. Whew. All right. Now here's where the magic starts. The magic being us, each and every one of us. Again, Aquarius asking of us to acknowledge our uniqueness, acknowledge the uniqueness of everyone else, acknowledge our sovereignty, acknowledge the sovereignty of everyone else, and recognize that cooperation, collaboration, collectivism doesn't require conformity. It requires everyone loving themselves enough to love each other enough as well. So the high degrees of this new moon wants us to seed a collective vision for humanity, one in which we feel secure and safe enough to be our authentic self, one in which our collective creative brothers and sisters feel safe enough to be their unique selves, and one in which all of humanity feels safe enough to be themselves and connect with one another, create this web of connection and oneness. And we are going to put our energy to work today. All right. So wherever you're at, I want you to get even more comfortable, even more settled in your seat, even more cozy and warm in your space. And just gently start to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Not trying to control it or change it in any way. Just watch it. Recognize where you're breathing to, maybe into your chest, maybe into your back, into your shoulders. And try to start dropping that breath down all the way into your belly. Really deeply inhale, expanding that diaphragm, opening up your solar plexus, and exhaling out, pulling your belly button into your spine. Breathing in again, deeply into your belly. Feeling that expansion. And exhale. Releasing, letting go. Anything that came before this moment. Just being here now. Breathing in again into the belly. And release. Placing your hands gently on your legs or together, palm in palm, whatever feels comfortable and safe for you. I want you to begin to visualize you are sitting inside of a box, 4-cornered square on the ground. So there's 2 points on the ground ahead of you, and there's 2 points on the ground behind you. Just visualizing yourself sitting in this square on the ground. And from inside of this square, you feel safe and secure. Secure enough to release and let go down into the earth some roots. And these roots are stretching out from the base of your body, crawling and moving through the ground, traversing Mother Earth's inner sanctum, gently moving and making their way towards the center of the planet. This beautiful white hot core of the planet Earth. And these roots don't burn when they reach these heats. These roots wrap themselves lovingly around the center of the planet, as if hugging a beloved friend. Wrap your roots around Mother Earth as many times as you need to feel secure and safe in this space. And feel the pulsing energy hugging you back, loving you for coming today, for joining her today, for saying hello today. And all that love and appreciation the planet has for you travels back up your roots, like water moving up a straw. And it just comes up and up and up, following all of your roots all the way back up to the base of your body. spreading out into your cells. That beautiful, warm, glowing, loving energy covering you completely. Grounding you, protecting you, and holding you safe at the center of this square. As you're feeling secure and safe in this space, I want you to start conjuring up the feeling you visualized and sensed within your heart. What it would be like to feel so comfortable in your own skin, free to be exactly who you are. Flowing, curious, calm, whatever feelings and visuals came up for you earlier, bring them to mind. Feel them in your field. Hold them in your heart. And move that energy, that love for yourself, that uniqueness for who you are, that comfort with who you are. Begin to move it from your heart to a point above your head. About 6 inches above your head, and just hold it there at that point. And recognize now that the 4 points on the ground, with you at the center, and this energetic point above your head, has now created a pyramid, and you are in the middle. Now I want you to bring to mind energetically your wishes and hopes and feelings for your fellow creators in this world where you can be yourself and be who you are. Conjure up now the feelings and visuals you experienced when you felt for your fellow creators. The oneness, the connection, the inclusion, the respect, the freedom from outcomes. Feeling deeply all of the things that you wish for them. See them, feel them in your heart. And bring that energy up from your heart to join the point above your head. Watching that energetic space get larger and more dense with all that beautiful energy. growing in intensity now. And you in your pyramid, owning who we are. It starts with us not being afraid of who we are, no matter how weird it might seem or strange to whomever. Aquarius is asking us to really get serious about accepting ourselves fully and completely and having no apologies for it. I love that about Aquarius energy. It's, again, like I said, my polar opposite. So I definitely am getting used to and comfortable with it. But what I'm really learning about it is that uniqueness and that sovereignty that is so secure within oneself that it's perfectly comfortable allowing everyone else to be just as wacky and zany and whatever it is that they need to be because you're secure here. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing this beautiful new moon creative ritual with me. I am so excited to be here and to do these every single month. It just brings my heart so much joy, and I will be doing this anyways in my room by myself. So it's just a matter of turning on the camera and welcoming you into my space. And speaking of which, I am really excited this weekend, this Saturday. I am going to be channeling one of my favorite creators who I really feel like is just the most beautiful embodiment of this Aquarian age and this Aquarian energy. And that's David Bowie. Yay, David Bowie. I have been meaning to channel David Bowie for many years now. In fact, after I moved to Europe in 2022, he was the second creator who showed up after Dolores, and he was everywhere begging me. And I just was not ready. I was not ready. And that just went to bed. So I'm ready now. It's time now. And in fact, today I received the title of the channeling, which will be It's Time to Show Up. And I thought that was really funny, a little tongue-in-cheek joke, but I appreciate it. And so I'm going to be channeling David Bowie live in the Sacred HeARTist portal. And so if you're interested in joining me in that space, you are welcome to do so, or you can wait for the recording to be posted on YouTube, whatever feels good to you. But just know that you can come into the Sacred HeARTist portal for your first 7 days free. So if you want to jump in and try it so that you can look at all the other fun stuff that's in there and be a part of the live channeling on Saturday, then you can. Totally free. Just cancel right after. And otherwise, I will see you some other bat time on some other bat channel, because let's see, next week we have, what do we have next week? Not the full moon. Next week we are having our shift into Pisces messages. So that'll be interesting. So soak up the last bits of this Aquarius energy. We've only got about 12 days or so left of it before we shift into Pisces and then start our cycle all over again. So yay, astrological new year is coming up soon. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this. I love you all, and I will see you again later. Bye. It's really hard to know where to push things when you've got these on, but I'm making it work. See ya.